So it's not that important whether you approach or do the exercise or not. Well, the actual thing, the physical thing, whatever the exercise is. What's more important is whether you write it down, that you write down the ones you miss and the ones you do. And the reason why is that when you look at the numbers in the end of the week, and you'll see some zeros and some numbers, some negative numbers, something's going to happen to your brain when you put your awareness on this. You're going to naturally start considering it. It's like an intelligence that comes in and takes over and starts inspiring you to do it, to start really considering and thinking about doing it. And also, if you don't end up doing a whole lot of the activities that day, really get to feel, when you're in the field, get to feel what you are feeling, what's going on inside of you. Put your awareness on it. If you feel really scared to do it, really you don't have to do it. Just feel that feeling. Face that fear within yourself at first. And the feeling. And look at it. Look at it. Don't ignore it. Don't look away and think about other things like, no, I'm not now, please. Put yourself in there. That's the first step to face the actual fear. To face the feeling first. And reflect on it. At the end of the night, at the end of the day, reflect on why you missed the ones you did. And why you were afraid. Why you got triggered. This is supposed to trigger you. These exercises and putting yourself out there in public. Triggering. Not always when you're actually doing it, but also when you're just there thinking about it and the show is going on. In the end of the day, think about why you felt the way you felt, why you were thinking the way you were thinking, and why you didn't do it, or why you did. And this is going to increase your emotional intelligence, and you'll actually start facing the limiting beliefs, the lies that are telling you giving you reasons not to do it, not to approach, not to develop yourself. And you'll actually face those and you'll illuminate them so that they're falling away. So there's just you left with no fear and just a purpose. And then it's much easier to do it. Yeah, so you'll face the emotions and you face the limiting beliefs when you reflect and have an awareness on what's going on here. So that's more important than actually doing it. You will never actually get the experience of facing those fears without actually doing it. So it's important to do it. But this is the foundation. If I was with you and I said, go there, approach or compliment, smile, then you would do it. But what about the next day when I'm not there? Maybe you force yourself. Let's say I'm not there, but you're there. You're there alone, and you're forcing yourself based on what you think you should do that day, and you're forcing yourself, which is very fine. I did this, and I'm very glad I did it. But that motivation might not always be there. So this way, the way I'm constructing this program will lead to maybe slower growth, but more profound growth and it's lasting longer. And since it'll last longer, you'll grow more, you'll become more successful in your social life, successful at approaching and facing your fears. Yeah, you'll grow and you'll get further in the end. Okay. And it's fun at the same time. And it's not, it's the carrot, not the stick. Go to the activity where you feel like, this is a challenge that I could deal with. Pick up the Kaizen sheet, you create a row where it says that activity, and then days, Monday, Tuesday through Sunday, several weeks, and then you start counting. And it doesn't need to be like every person walking by, but the ones you think, here I could do it, and I didn't, or I did. So maybe don't go to a too crowded place. I'd say the Kaizen sheet works better with approaching, because it has a means to the end kind of attitude in it. Because it could potentially be your girlfriend there, while asking for the time is not that much of a motivator. And you could ask anybody for the time, and you wouldn't really ask anybody for a date. This worked really well for me with approaching girls. But if your exercise, your challenge is asking for the time, at least be aware of what's going on inside of you. And then think about it later that day and write about it then. So the main point here is to put an awareness on what's going on inside of you. When you look at the fear right there, you look at the thing that is a little outside of your comfort zone that you don't completely can grasp yet, and you just reflect on what's going on behind you, and you write it down if you can. Write it down whenever you feel that, oh, I could do it now, and then you do it or not. If you do it, great. If you don't do it, fine. You write it down how many of those happened that day. And throughout the week, you're gonna look at the numbers from the day before, and you would want to naturally improve, probably. Sound good? Okay, yeah. Good luck with it. Pick one challenge and then get on with the paper and the writing and the awareness of what's going on. I believe in you. Good luck.